Howdy, folks. How are y'all doing? My name is Reese, and welcome back to me being silly again. Once more, the decision has been made that even though it is technically not the appropriate day for it, I'm going to stream this again just for no reason other than I want to play it. I know, it's crazy that this is still happening, and that I haven't done a sound test yet. It's silly again. That was silly again, wasn't it? Well, welcome. We're going to play some more Final Fantasy XVI. The Let's Play adventure where we left off last time, which was we're supposed to be returning to Byron, our good, lovable uncle, and I think the last video ended with us at the top of the stairs. So I guess we'll come back up here, and there we are. We'll just kind of look out at the horizon. That's lovely. Perfect place to start a video. Let's get into it. Howdy, folks, how are y'all doing? My name is Reese, and welcome back to Final Fantasy XVI, our Let's Play adventure. I gotta confess to you, we did a little bit of extra after we stopped rolling last time. We did a little bit of a bonus content sort of a thing for the channel members watching live at home. We went through and we decided that we would go ahead and finish up everything that was on the hunt board. And oh boy, let me tell you, what a thrilling adventure we had hunting this one creature that was on the board. It was a big pile of goo. It had lots of hands. It was pretty tough. That's about it. That's all that happened. You didn't miss out on much. But it did get us something new over here with Desiree, or Desiree, or Desire, or Erised. What have we got here? Safe passage. This gives us Direwolf Jess. Not long ago, I was accosted by footpads as I walked the gilded path, and I would have perished alone in the desert had not the curse breakers come to my aid. I owe them my life. May this token serve them well. So this isn't even really for me. It's just sort of a general gift for all curse breakers everywhere. Safe passage. Direwolf Jess. What is that? What does it do? What function does it serve? What purpose does it have in my arsenal of abilities? Is it faster to just go to the thing I want to go to than it is to actually, like, use the buttons up here? Kinda, because when you first open this menu, watch this, I'll show you. I hit the button, it's loaded. Well, that was a poor example, because normally, for some reason, it makes you, like, wait like a full beat, and it's very confusing. What have we got here? Reduce Flames of Rebirth cooldown by 12 seconds. We're not getting rid of that, but let's just see what this does. Increase combo damage by 5%. Wow! That's useless. We're not going to equip that at all. We're basically going to forget that it exists. What we are going to do, though, is continue the story, because we did a lot of side questing all about the land last time, but now we're going to go with our Uncle Byron, the best character in the game, and explore the distant deserts.
All right, Uncle. I'm ready to depart. Shall we?
We shall. Come, let us away to adventure.
This is the uncle I want to be. I have lots of nieces and nephew. This is the person I want to be in their life. Come along with me now. We're going on a grand adventure. Let's go to the desert. A vast arid sea of sand and stone that has been slowly consuming western Dalmekia since time immemorial. This is called the Velcroy Desert. Fascinating. I wonder if it was once a jungle, like the Sahara, I want to say? Was it the Sahara, the one in northern Africa? I don't know my deserts all that well. That, like, not even that long ago, relative to the Earth, was like a big, lush desert. Or, no, jungle. You see those maps that have those big lakes all over the place in Africa, and now we found where they used to be, and it's like, wait a minute, how did people know about these?
I was a young man when last I walked this path.
The music is on point for this. Truly.
There's an old trading post not far from here. The road to Drake's Fang leads through it.
The trading post it is.
I know they're going for a particular feel with the music right now. I understand that. But all I can think about, a singular mind focus on Kingdom Hearts anytime you want to go to Agrabah in any of the games. And you know what I mean. Don't pretend like you don't.
Our destination lies over that dune, beyond the ruins.
This might be the most open of... Oh my gosh, no, it truly is. This is the most open of any environment we've been in yet.
It's all too easy to lose one's bearings in the sand.
I hear ya, Uncle. I hear ya. I don't really want to fight a hell diver. I just kind of want to get whatever that is, some steel skin. I really genuinely don't want to fight these guys. I know it's a far cry from the way we used to play the game, but I don't actually want to fight everything. I kind of want to be on my way, but I kind of feel obligated now that the combat encounter has started to sort of at the very least, see it through. That's not what I meant to do. Give me your... No, gosh darn it. It's so hard to select your enemy in this game. Like, once you, like, target one, is there any way to change it? No, not that I can tell. I just accidentally healed myself because I forgot what the D-pad did, which is kind of funny. Fortunately, I did just see some chocobos running about, which reminded me that chocobos are, in fact, a thing.
Let's go.
And we have one. So we don't have to just waltz around out here in the sweltering desert, although I do wonder... Is our uncle going to get one? Of course he is. He looks fabulous astride it.
You and I rode this way together, accompanying your father on a scouting expedition to Drake's Fang.
He let me come with you.
I'm not surprised you don't remember. It was just before Joshua was born. You were so eager to be there when your brother arrived that you whipped your chocobo too hard on the journey home and fell from the saddle. I shall never forget how Elwyn fussed over you as you sat in the sand, bawling like a babe.
That's a lovely story. Thank you, Uncle. Whoa! Lizard. Actual lizard. Where is it going? Look at it just scurrying about. That lizard looks fantastic. Its legs are a little bit... Like, I'm not sure if it's really one-to-one with its movements and how much, like, distance it's traveling. It kind of looks a little bit like it's floating more so than scurrying. It looks fantastic, though. Striped and everything. And away he goes. So I got just a wee bit distracted there, following the lizard. That was a big lizard. Have I ever told my big lizard story? The one and only time I've ever been on a cruise in my life, for my brother's 16th birthday. I never got a cruise, but whatever. Well, I got to go with my brothers, but... You want to talk about favoritism. One of the places we stopped was Progreso in Mexico, and one of the outings that we got to do, because you got to pick, I think, like 2 outings. One of them was we went snuba-ing, which is scuba meets snorkeling, and that was a ton of fun. The second one, though, was we went and spent about half a day.
There she is. The good old Dalamil Inn.
Uncle, I'm trying to tell a story.
You know, this heat has given me quite a thirst. Quick drink before we press on?
If we absolutely must, but I'm trying to tell a story about a big lizard. So we went to this resort and get to spend about half a day there. He got bussed there with the man who kept talking about how much he loved living in Mexico, even though there was water in the gas and the government sold the gas, so you couldn't complain about it. They wouldn't do anything. And the phone service wasn't great, and sometimes they'd bill you for more than you used, but it was run by the government, so you couldn't complain about anything. But aside from that, it's great to live there. You should retire there. And I was like, I'm getting mixed messages from you, Mr. Bus Driver.
Look, there. Those are ashen steeds. No doubt about it.
And such a long ride from Stone here. Our Waluda friends must be soothing their saddle sores in the inn. Shall we join them?
Anyway, I'm sitting and I'm reading a book on my Kindle.
Run along and play now, Torgal.
Byron, you really... I mean, this is pressing, man. I just want to get this lizard story over with. So I nod off in this chair next to the beach, on the beach next to the ocean, and I wake up because you ever just feel a presence? And I wake up and I look to my left, and about a foot from my face, giant lizard, like huge lizard, just looking at me. I'm like, hello, and it doesn't say anything because it's a lizard. And then I kind of sit up a little bit more, and it's just kind of looking at me, and I was like, do you want me to feed you? And I'd already eaten all my food, so I just had an empty plate. So I showed it the empty plate, and it was like, and then scurried off into the sand into a hole, and I was like, what a strange experience. It kind of was like, you know, in the States, you get that with squirrels. That's like squirrel behavior. Like,
good day to you. Eating?
That's it. That's the big lizard story.
Sorry about my pal. He only talks when his mouth's full. What do you recommend?
Well, if you're after something light, we do a fine chocobo soup with lentils and honey.
Can't eat a
2 bowls of
chocobo.
that, then.
Oh, no.
Right you are.
Hey, girl!
Come
I
in.
wonder if they taste good. You'd think they're too athletic, you know? Their meat would be all tough.
Would you rather be my squire?
Then again, it probably just tastes like big chicken. Not big chicken like Big Pharma or Big Tobacco, but just like a large chicken. But not the kind that's been pumped full of steroids or anything like that. Like a good, honest-to-goodness, large chicken. How good does that sound? Where do you reckon she's going right now? Because it feels like this is a build-up to something. Oh, that's that girl! That's that girl, what's Joshua's friend? Yeah, no, he's all eaten up with the consumption.
Grace, it is plain you are not yet well enough to travel. If you would only let me take you to someone who can better attend to your ills.
No, we must press on. Prince Theon has returned to his camp and will soon depart for the front. I must speak with him at all costs. Miss this chance and I may never get another. You do understand that?
Yes, Your Grace. But you must at least agree to take your medicine. I'll fetch you some water.
Why don't you go downstairs and talk to your brother and explain the situation to him? Because he's confused, and I'm confused, and you're probably confused. She might be confused. That guy coming up the stairs, he doesn't know a thing that's going on around here. How could he? He's not played the rest of the game. Nobody knows what's happening anymore. I need some explanations. I watched you get ripped to shreds. Hey, she's back, but downstairs now. That's a little bit sus. Maybe she has teleportation powers. Hard to say. Seems unlikely. Secret ladder. But why?
Keep watch, they tell us. But all I see is sand.
I hear they got our guest back to the Fang without any trouble. We'll be leaving soon enough.
Why the Lord Commander dragged us all this way just to save that blockhead's skin, I'll never know. Dominant or not, he's a bloody idiot.
Now, Uncle, be chill.
Be cooker, then.
Uncle.
Well, let's get this down us. We've a long way to go.
Hey, you.
Listen, Mr. Pikeman, sir. You don't start nothing that you can't finish. Okay, there's only 4 of you.
Uncle?
Sorry.
Maybe this isn't going to turn. Maybe this is going to be a bit of a lighthearted romp. It's got the tension of something about to happen.
Can you walk, Your Grace?
What's wrong?
I fear trouble may be brewing downstairs.
Well, we're upstairs. What's wrong downstairs doesn't concern us. Is that a printer in the background? No, that is decidedly just some kind of a crate. My bad.
You two are travelers, are you not? Me and my companions are strangers here. Perhaps you'd be good enough to accompany us a while. Help us find our way.
Sorry, lads, but we've got business in camera that can't wait.
What is with the whispering?
You could spare us an hour or two.
Come on.
Friend.
Yeah, eat up, Uncle. Oh, I love this man. Best character. I don't even know what this play is.
We don't have a moment to lose. Friend.
I think he just wanted to finish the food. I thought maybe there was a bit happening, but I think he's just hungry. My man didn't want that food going to waste. He still got it with him. Best character. Oh my gosh, I love this man. Oh, can we do this inside? Yes, we can. Yes, we can. Oh, Uncle, are you proud of me, Uncle? Wait, what? Where's our uncle? Wait, why is it just you back there? Wait, where? Young lady, is that him? That's not him. Where did Byron go? Byron is just gone, unless that's him right there. That could I think that's him right there. I can just barely see him eating. Oh, wait, is this... Oh, you guys are still alive. Not gonna lie, that's a little bit surprising and not at all what I was anticipating. Hold on just a second. Still not doing it for you, huh? Okay, hold on. What about this here? This ought to finish him off. There's not much left. There we go. Nary a sword swung. Sword swung. Okay, and we got some bloody hide out of the mess. Do we feel bad about letting loose a tornado inside of their inside of their fine establishment? No, not really. It's fine. It's built out of rock. It's an okay structure.
For your trouble.
Best character.
Word of advice, miss. That soup could do with a touch more salt.
There was so much in that little laugh and the glance down at the coinage. So many unsaid words in that expression. Beautiful, absolute beautiful storytelling. Okay, go mention to Joshua that his brother's here. Does she know? Does this individual know anything that's going on around here? Does anyone? Again, we're back to this.
Now's our chance.
I feel like there's no reason for you to try to escape. There's literally no reason.
Your Grace?
You're not in any present danger. The dust up is done downstairs. No one's here looking for you. What exactly is he suffering from anyway? Is he also turning to stone, as is the way? Oh.
Clive?
Interesting. Brother feels pain. We get a phoenix feather. In a world where they didn't flee out the window. Oh, please be a minigame where I have to, like, run along the rooftops. Don't take this from me.
What is it now?
It's nothing. Let's go.
No minigame. We used to make good games. Great games. Games with the little games inside of them, where if someone ran out of a window, you had to chase after them and time your button presses just right, and dodge out of the way of, like, flagpoles and things. But those days are behind us now. Now we just look at half-eaten, whatever that was, a strawberry mayhaps, and then walk outside with our head hung low, dejected. Clive has the look of a man who desperately wants to do a minigame where he climbs up some boxes.
Well, if we didn't know where to find Kupka before, we do now.
The Royalists said it themselves. Their guest is in the Fang. We should press on before any more of their friends turn up.
Sure, that seems reasonable. Is there any quests to do in the area, though, before we head out first? No, but this is quite a large area. So we've got the South Gate, the Lock of Toil, the Baths. Baths? I mean, dare we? What are we going to find at the Baths? Okay, well, hopefully this stays appropriate. We're going to go check it out.
Finest fabrics, fresh from the...
Is this the Baths? This is the literal wrong direction. We couldn't be doing it much worse if we tried. I'm so turned around now. Does the... What, is it this direction, then? Kind of appears that yes. Sorry, my orientation for the world I'm in was very turned around there for a minute. Can we get, like, a map on the screen? I'm hitting every gosh darn button. It doesn't seem as though we can. Okay, Baths are right here. This is not exactly what I was expecting, but I'm ready. Let's hop in.
How about a hot bath to soothe the aches and pains?
Oh, I'm trying. It's not working. Do I actually have to, like, talk to you and pay for it? Can I not engage with you at all? Why even put it on the map if I can't go take a hot bath? Just me and my uncle. Well, okay, that came out not exactly the way intended. The markets, though. Can we buy stuff? I didn't actually see any vendors back here, so it seems unlikely that they can let me just... Hello. I take it all back. Right here, we've got... Once you go flat, I can only anticipate what the rest of that might mean. What are you doing over here? Absolutely nothing of interest. I can't buy or sell anything around here. We're leaving, then. I was hoping we might get some rare goods, some interesting treats, some little trinkets, mayhaps. Weapons of mass destruction, anything. No, there's nothing. What about back here? I feel like exploring this town is a little bit of a waste of our time, when what we should be doing is heading out. Hi, how are you doing? I think we met her friend in another village, didn't we? Alright, well, it looks like we can get out of town going this way as well, and it looks like it all kind of leads to the same place at the end of the day. This ends in a dead end, though. And normally if you go to a dead end, there will be some form of treasure there. In this case, it's just a person.
This river runs all the way to the southern seas. They used to load the crystal onto barges and sail it to the villages downstream. Before the canyons were lost to beasts and bandits. When I was a girl, I would wave to the boatmen as they set off on their long journey, and they would throw me sweetmeats in return. Such happy times.
That seemed sweet, but it kind of brought the mood down a little bit. Shame we can't go swimming. That's some beautiful water right there. Well, we found a different kind of treasure. It was the treasure of wisdom from an old lady. An old daydreamer who offered us nothing of actual use. Oh, hello. Okay, we're going to have to fight our way out of town, I guess. Or sneak out, but this game is not stealthy.
Ah, they've closed the road. And it's the only way from here to the Fang.
Okay.
It would seem Lord Kupka is not accepting visitors at present.
I feel like
we have to get through that
scurry up the rocks to either side.
Not by force, I trust. We've attracted quite enough unwanted attention already.
By guile, then. Perhaps the Desert Hare can offer us her aid.
Rosina Dalamil, woman of mystery. But how will we find her? We know naught of her but her name.
And that she was working with Sid.
What is that in the background?
Sid's other collaborators have all been people of means. The wealthiest and most successful members of their communities. I'll wager this Rosina Dalamil is the same.
That would certainly
it's a chocobo.
help to narrow the search. We need only inquire as to who is in charge of the town.
And that's exactly what I mean to do.
Who do we reckon? Who around here has a look of authority about them? Go back to that lady we found earlier who was standing over here. Not this individual, but this'll do. We'll go ahead and ask them.
Anything I can help you with, travelers?
Allow me.
Absolutely.
My good man, we represent one of the oldest and greatest trading houses of Port Isolde. We're seeking to expand our business in the region and would very much like to make the acquaintance of Dalamil's leading entrepreneurs. If only we knew where to find them.
Well, we're best known for our baths, our markets, and our smithies. I suppose you could do worse than start your search at one of those.
I tried to go to the baths, and they weren't open.
You've been most helpful. Oh, you wouldn't happen to know a lady by the name of Rosina Dalamil, would you?
No. I can't say I do.
Well, thank you all the same.
Must be an alias. Doesn't she go by the Desert Hare? Maybe we should ask about that.
What do you want? Can't you see I'm busy?
I won't keep you long.
What if I wanted to buy something?
Someone.
Did you ever consider that?
By the name of Rosina Dalamil. Do you know her?
It's like someone working at a McDonald's.
One more question. If I wanted to find the richest trader in town, where would you recommend that I look?
Oh, that's easy. The Briar's Kiss. Won't find a finer smithy this side of the strait. The owner's only a young sprig, but he's got all the right ideas.
The Briar's Kiss, you say? Thank you.
Right, but we're looking for a lass, and that's a lad.
Prig is the person we're looking for?
No, I'm with
You
you.
said Sid's contact was likely to be an influential sort. Influence comes with age and experience. Believe you.
Oh, I believe you, Uncle. Trust me. I do believe you. I definitely do. Is anyone else around here we can talk to? I mean, we've narrowed it down for sure to, like, the baths or the markets, because I don't think it's going to be a young sprig.
Can I help you? Yes, I'm looking for a woman by the name of Rosina Dalamiln. A long-standing pillar of your community, I believe, from old trading stock.
Then you should ask Ferda. He's been here for years. Knows the place and its people like the back of his hand. And he's in with all the old merchant families. Try the baths. That's where you'll usually find him.
Okay.
Thank you kindly.
So we need to go to the market. That's like for sure where we need to go,
Sounds
right?
like we have our man.
All right, never mind.
Perhaps. Let's go and find out exactly what this Ferda knows.
I assumed we were just narrowing down the place we needed to.
Lanterns.
And, you know, I figured the last would be at the markets after all that. Hey, Ferda.
Excuse me. Are you Ferda?
I am. Can I help you, traveler?
No
I
one
hope
can
so.
at this point.
You've lived here for some time, is that correct? Do you know Rosina Dalamiln? We believe she may be a trader of some renown.
And what business do you have with the desert hare?
Good, he knows.
She was a close friend of mine. I was hoping she might be able to help me.
Very well. Go to the bordello. I'll arrange an introduction.
This is...
Do you think we can trust him?
Only as far as I think he trusts.
Oh, hello. Oh, where'd she go? There was a lady here.
So you're the ones who've been sniffing around.
I beg your pardon?
Don't play the fool. Stick your nose in our business and you're likely to lose it.
Okay, listen. Clearly these unsavory characters are working with her and are just making sure that, you know, she's taken care of. Also, great to see Uncle Byron getting involved this time. He's got his axe out and everything. I was waiting for this. This is the moment we've all been waiting for. If I go ahead and do this now... I'm starting to think that maybe you don't want to leave it in the red. Maybe you want to actually get it into one of the yellows. It's hard to tell. It's hard to tell exactly. So we've outright murdered these young men. Oh, good, but more are coming. So good. I'm glad we did that when we did, so that, you know, there was a little bit of tornado left. Looks like we might actually have to do a combat encounter now this time, though. We're not going to get away with the gate like we did back in the bar, unfortunately. All right, somebody try to hit me. Okay, the timing on that was not perfect. Try again. Try again. Come on. I'm ready for you. Oh, okay then. That's how it do. That's how it do. I'm sorry, I've defied the schedule twice in a row. By the way, how are you, Jake Yates? Are you having a good one?
Stay down!
I'm really trying to use this as an opportunity to, like, practice my shielding. Unfortunately, this guy has no interest in attacking me, and also my uncle is just not letting it happen. Come here, you. Perfect! The issue is, eventually, we're going to get into a situation where I've got to, like, immediately shield to save my life, and I'm going to have the wrong, like, ability tree selected. And it's going to be a disaster, and I'm just going to die, and I'll have to restart, like, that boss fight, and it's going to take an hour, and I'm going to regret it, and I'll wish that we also had lightning abilities on hand. The game's not going to give us that. That's fine, though, because we got Steel Silk, and we got the Guild Bug, which we need to start selling those, because I don't think they can do anything other than be sold. Also, there's no reason for us to be fighting. We can all be friends. And should be.
Who are you working for? Him or her?
Him. The boss. He wanted us to test you.
Though one could hardly call that a test.
Lord Ferda?
Look what the cat dragged in.
Your skill with the blade is rare indeed, my lord. A fitting talent for an outlaw.
You know who I am. So what now? Call in the Men of the Rock and collect the bounty?
That isn't my decision to make. Our work is done. Take him to meet his precious Rosina. She will be interested to make his acquaintance.
Yes, my lord. To the Lock of Leisure, then.
To the Lock of Leisure.
A lot of Sid's connections tend to work in places such as that, don't they? I mean, I'm just going off the name, but Lock of Leisure certainly seems to imply certain things. I think we can be pretty sure what type of establishment this is. Obviously, they sell hairbrushes and combs and the like.
Carpets have...
Is this the place?
Lubor's Forge. The Briar's Kiss.
Ah, so it was the young sprig after all.
I'm
So
confused
much
now.
for Rosina Delamil being a woman of experience. How wrong I was.
It was an easy mistake to make, Uncle. After all, it must have been years since Sid last saw her. Sorry, him. Whoever this Lubor truly is, he's clearly a man of means. I'd say he deserves our respect.
See that he gets it. Lubor, Lord Furder told me to bring them to you.
I was anticipating
My
prostitutes.
boys tell me you're in need of assistance.
And we're not getting that.
Sid the Second?
I won't waste your time. I need passage through the south gate.
Tell me, what do you think is a merchant's most important commodity? Why, trust. Everyone knows that. Without it, you have nothing. And nothing is exactly what you have. And so, for you, I, too, have nothing. I'm not in the business of helping every lost puppy that wanders in off the street. I'm a busy man, as you can see.
We have money.
Let's leave this mummer to his farce.
By all means. Find someone else to help you on your way.
I'm almost positive we can scurry over the rocks.
Just be sure to tell them you're not the two travelers from the inn the guards are looking for. Don't want them jumping to conclusions, do we?
No, I want to be jumping over rocks.
So, what do we need to do to earn your trust?
I like this one. Willing to do whatever it takes to get what he wants. Ha! Men like you have a special place in my heart. Why, you ask? Because they get me what I want. Always.
Fine. So what do you want?
For us to perform some menial task.
Swaggering scruff?
We might as well hear him out. It's only natural that an ally of Sid's would seek assurances of strangers. Assuming he is an ally, of course. 5 years ago, he would have still been a boy.
And yet even then I had more good sense than a man, 5 times my age? But enough of the pleasantries. We were speaking of what I want. I want you to put an end to the trouble in Dalamil. Return to me when you have done so, and you shall have my aid. Until then, I bid you good day.
What trouble? If you're going to give us orders, be clear about them, damn you!
Manners, Greybeard. One catches more damselflies with honey than with vinegar.
What did you call me?
My apologies. A word of advice in recompense. Follow the crystals. Oh, but that was 3. Oh, I'm making this too easy for you.
I don't feel like you are, and I don't know what exactly you want me to do.
It will be easy. Solving his little riddle should be like dealing with him. Child's play.
Okay, but do I actually have to solve it, or is it just going to be like a red mark on the map?
I'd rather not drag this parlor game on any longer than we need to.
All right. Good luck, Uncle.
Splitting up under these circumstances is a guaranteed way to make sure that your uncle ends up getting kidnapped in some sort of comedic fashion.
We were the only ones causing trouble.
And you've got to go rescue him. And I'm really excited about it. But alright, no, this should be super simple. Speak with the townsfolk. Well, this seems like the type of individual who knows exactly what's going on around here and what they need help with.
Excuse me. Is it true there's been trouble with crystals of late?
You've heard, then?
I've heard rumors.
Damn thieves.
Ooh.
Pilfering the crystals that were meant to fill our cups and light our stoves. Us common folk have hardly had a shard to share between us these last few moons. And it isn't as if we can buy them on the black market either. Whoever's taking them, they aren't sharing.
Interesting. Are all of these other crystals going to stop working once all of the mother crystals have been destroyed? Also, does each mother crystal... Oh, hold on. No, never mind. Nothing interesting there. Do all of the different crystals produce crystals that produce different things? Like, will the... is there like a water crystal and a fire crystal? And I'm very confused about how this all works. Can you attune different crystals to be different things?
Depends what for.
Just a question. Dalamil seems to be thriving compared to the other villages I came through on the way. Is there a reason for that?
Well, we're a stone's throw from Drake's Fang, for one. The soldiers guarding the Mother Crystal and the shipments need a place to spend their hard-earned gil. The men of the Rock throw their money about like there's no tomorrow.
Is that so? Well, thank you. Don't let me keep you from your work any longer.
I mean, that doesn't really help me put the pieces together quite so much, but it was a lovely conversation, and I do like a chocobo, so just having one on the screen lifted my mood like you would not believe. Hi there, ladies.
What can I do for you, soldier? Need that sword polishing?
I'm not a soldier.
Ugh, then be off with you. I serve the men of the Rock and the men of the Rock only.
You have an agreement with them?
Don't be stupid. I just know which side my bread is buttered. Don't want to be stuck under some pauper when they come knocking, with pockets deeper than Zemeckis and an urge to empty them. No, just leave, will you? Before you scare them off.
I think I'm starting to get an idea of what's been going on.
Really?
I wonder if Uncle Byron's learned anything of use.
I don't think I figured out anything at all.
You're back at the inn by now.
Have pride of place.
Possibly. Oh, hello. Are we actually staying here after we wrecked the place?
It's you, the one who broke all our furniture.
Okay, see, now I feel bad about the tornado.
Haven't you caused enough trouble already?
I'm looking for my pal. Have you seen him?
The gentleman who was with you? Yes, he's upstairs, but...
Thank you. I'll go and fetch him.
No, there was a but. I feel like that needs to be elaborated on.
The inn's a mess of blood-soaked splinters, thanks to you. The least you can do is let us clean up in peace.
My bad. Look.
I told the guard those soldiers started it. Don't need any more trouble.
Sure. Listen, we did give you a good sack of gold. Also, what was the but? There was a but. What was that about? Oh, what is Uncle getting up to up here? I don't know if I want to find out. Oh, he must be back here then. Like, through this door, perhaps? It didn't look like this door opened before. It's definitely not. Torgal, find our way into here. Hello? Uncle! It definitely wants me to go back here. Follow the crystals. Find Byron. I mean, I'm in the region to do such a thing. I just don't understand how. Am I missing something? I'm doing my best here. Quest destination nearby, you say? Maybe it's hidden behind the tapestry. I can't pull out my sword and just start... Like, if this was a Zelda game, what I would do is I would attempt to, like, slash the tapestry, or maybe set a bomb up to blow a hole in the wall. But there's definitely no way... Oh, wait, maybe back this way? Well, here we go. This could be something. Haha, there we go. Okay, he's not been kidnapped yet. Yet.
Will this suffice as a deposit?
Oh, he's doing some kind of...
That's a black pearl.
He's got a whole
One of
ship.
the many treasures in my collection that I would be only too happy to part with, should you give me reason to do so.
All right. I'm sure that we can come to an agreement.
I feel like he's getting himself in trouble right now.
Here.
He's absolutely...
What are you doing, Uncle?
He's getting himself into trouble. He's trying to, like, arrange alternative plans by flaunting his wealth and money, and he's definitely about to get stuffed into a barrel and sent down the river. Byron, you've got a lot of explaining to do right now, sir.
Care to explain why you're giving gifts to Kupka's men?
Bait, my boy. One cannot catch one's prey without it. And I do believe I've snagged us quite the quarry. I started by asking around the markets as to where I might purchase crystals. I had no luck, of course. It's forbidden to trade in such things. But my uncharacteristic indiscretion just happened to attract the attention of those uniformed ruffians. They took me aside and said they could procure the crystal I sought if I proved I could pay for it.
So the pearl was your proof?
I thought they'd asked for more. A second-rate specimen like that would only fetch 500,000 or so. A small price to pay for admittance to the underworld. But enough about my little act of subterfuge. What did you discover?
That the supply of crystals has dried up of late. And some people seem to think they're being stolen. Meanwhile, members of Kupka's private guard have been spending money all over town. I'll wager those soldiers you've been talking to have been siphoning off crystals meant for elsewhere and pocketing the profits.
Okay.
I'll wager you're right.
I could have put those pieces together if I tried, I
We'll meet
guess.
with them then, just as you arranged, and put an end to the trouble Lubor spoke of.
Ha! That preening popinjay thought this would be difficult. It just goes to show one should never underestimate a Rosfield. We'll soon wipe that smirk off his face. I arranged to meet with the soldiers in a secluded corner of the Velcroy, far from prying eyes.
The perfect place for a spot of double dealing.
I trust I can count on your support if things turn sour.
When things turn sour.
Of course.
We can all agree that this is going to be a bit of a double crossing. Why else want to meet in the middle of nowhere? Dare we? Genuine cactar needles imported from across the sea. Just one prick and your little sparrow will sing. Oh.
Fucking...
maybe I'm reading into that too much more than I should. Also, is that the dog? That's the dog! That's the dog who stole that piece of paper and also found that girl's corpse. What's he doing here? That dog travels more than we do. He's been everywhere. How do I get to across the way there? Do we need to go up and out, I guess? Can we go up this way? It looks like this. Yeah. All right. We've got to figure out... I mean, the first mystery here is figuring out how to get out of town. And only then can we actually proceed along the path to where we're going. I don't think I need to glance back at the map, though. I just need to, at the next available right, do it, and then cross a bridge from the looks of things. And then if it turns out we've already missed our cutoff, then gosh darn it, that's not my fault. Yeah, there we go. At what point can we summon a chocobo? I'm assuming once we're across the bridge. Thank you, Martin Placo, for your continued support as a channel member. I'm assuming you just, your membership got renewed. Thank you. I appreciate it. It took me by surprise, as it always does. Oh, that terrible mistake making it that very loud sound effect. Crazy the timing on these, isn't it? They always seem to happen right around doing these live streams. Thank you, though. Thank you for your continued support. I appreciate it. All right. Back across the desert we go. Where we stop, somewhere in the desert is literally what it says. Rendezvous with the soldiers in the desert. He gave us a location. I don't remember what it was. Not too sure I care. What the heck is that? It's disgusting. I don't like it. Looks like some sort of like nude dog, like leathery dog. No one likes nude leathery dogs. That's not what we're about in this lifetime. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna just carry on from there and disregard it. Yeah, this looks like the kind of place you'd meet for a bit of double crossing, double dealing. I don't anticipate anything bad happening here. This is definitely not a trap.
I'll take it from here.
I was beginning to think you weren't coming, my lord. You've brought your contribution?
All the silver and stones I could scrape together at such short notice?
You brought the whole 500 talents.
That was the price we agreed upon, yes? If you've no objections, I'd like to see the crystal.
Of course. Right this way, my lord.
Oh! Hot dang.
Not bad at all. You weren't lying about the clarity. But what of security? If I were to be stopped on the road, what guarantee have I that it wouldn't be seized as property of the Republic?
Because these crystals are no longer the property of the Republic. You're not buying from us. You're buying from them.
And we have no more jurisdiction here than you, my lord. But we have ships, and will gladly deliver to a port of your choosing, now that our price has been met.
Royalists, eh? What brings you here?
Why, to collect their share of Drake's Fang's blessing, of course. Our nations are allies, and so they are entitled to a portion of the Mother Crystal's bounty. And, being such good friends, we elected to increase that portion and share the benefits.
Interesting.
And now that these crystals are officially property of the Kingdom of Waloed, we are duty-bound not to interfere, no matter where they might happen to end up next.
I have a plan.
Did you get all that? They're in cahoots!
So it would seem.
My lord, what is the meaning of this?
He's the best character.
They're not here to do business. Kill them.
I don't think you can question us in terms of morals, considering what you've got going on around here, sir. But good on you, I suppose. You had a really good thing going. Oh, Uncle's best character. All right, no, stop. I want to focus on this man here. And there he goes. Never mind. I didn't even have to suck him into the tornado. He got sucked into the tornado all on his own. Okay, we're going to go ahead and do this now. And we're going to try... I've messed it up instantly because I keep forgetting you have to actually hold it. That was funny because we didn't hit anybody. Oh, there's more coming? Oh, there is more coming. Okay, hold on just a second. Let me deal with these two guys. All right, you guys. Hit me with your best shot. I'm ready. No, don't run away. Come on. Wait a minute. Is that a magical man? Oh, good call. Very good call. That seems like the kind of guy who will start casting shields and heals and all kinds of obnoxious things. Well, hi there, everybody. It looks like they're fighting each other now. Good job, Torgal. You're doing great. Watch this. Feel like that's the only time I've ever actually done that attack correctly. Maybe. Beautiful. All right, Torgal, let me have him. I want him to try to attack me. Torgal, my goodness, boy, that was an impressive magical attack you have there. Who's left? All right, you two, come on, let's go. I'm ready. Hit me, hit me, gosh darn it. Oh! It's satisfying when you get to do it. The problem is, it's not often you get to do it, because when you want them to attack you, they don't attack you. They just stand there staring at you. Oh, what? What? What is this? Where did you come from? Come on, do it again. I dare you. Okay, I didn't time that right. You did like a double wind-up. No, come on. Come on. There we go. Beautiful. Beat rocking blocks. That's an interesting one to get. Okay, but I want to go pick up that item over there. So if we can not immediately jump into a cutscene, that would be swell. 'Cause something on the ground back over there, it looks like I might need it. I mean, not like need, but like I personally... Oh, thank heavens. Starting to worry we wouldn't get any more sharp fangs. Can we just take the crystals now?
That wasn't too bad.
Like, their owners are dead, so surely they belong to us.
I've often played the villain on the stage. I think I did the role justice. Don't you?
Greybeard, you were magnificent. The battle scene was particularly thrilling. Such a shame you didn't have more of an audience, but perhaps that's for the best.
How long have you been watching?
Long enough to witness your uncle's sordid transaction. I hardly expected one so venerable to degrade himself so thoroughly, buying one's way into the confidence of degenerates. Ingenious.
This was the trouble you spoke of. The men of the Rock taking crystals meant for the common folk and conspiring with the Royalists. Well, now it's over.
Indeed it is. The people of Dalamil had scarcely any means of redress against Kupka's men, let alone a foreign army. Until you two came along, that is. Well, we'd better get these crystals back to town. You won't mind waiting with them while I fetch a wagon.
Not as long as it's just a simple fade to black. It'd be kind of fun, though, if we had to actually defend them while we were getting attacked by waves of, I don't know, like, desert chocobos. That would be interesting. And the whole time he's like, you know, if one gets past and starts attacking him, like a health bar goes down. He goes,
It occurs to
I
me
miss
that
old game design.
I don't know your name.
Clive.
So, Sid the Second is a Clive. I suppose it could have been worse. Well, Clive, you held up your end of the bargain, so I must do the same. Passage through the South Gate, was it not? To tell the truth, you've helped a little there too. Many of the guards have already been redeployed to deal with the issue of their missing comrades. And those left behind have been encouraged to look the other way should you attempt to pass through.
Thank you. And please allow me to cover your costs. You still have the purse I gave to the soldiers, I trust? I saw you pluck it from one of the bodies.
Oh, dear. Was I really so obvious?
And my name is not Greybeard. It is Lord Byron Rosfield, thank you very much.
No, thank you very much, Greybeard.
Of all the... Ugh!
Here, wear this.
Desert Rose. So we've got a Costco membership. We have a Best Buy. No, not Best Buy.
Thank you.
What did we decide it was? It was a Blockbuster video card, Sam's membership, Amazon Prime.
Tell them that.
What is this?
Dalamil is back in bed with Sid.
It's like a Disney Fast Pass. That's like one of those that the rich people can get where, you know, it's just like literally a pass. It's for everything. I don't know what you call that. Boy, that's cursed. Didn't need to see that up close.
I'm trusting you, Sid. Or should I say, Clive? So be sure not to let me down. I have a reputation to uphold. Well then, I wish you a safe journey south.
Thank you.
Not at all. It was my pleasure.
Come on, Uncle. Let's go.
Follow the crystals. Not quite enough to get us over that level. Well, I can't remember what we got last time. I think we're level like 31 now. Maybe, although we could be like 33. We're 32. Okay, so we're about to be 33. And oh my gosh, there's a quest to do here now. There's a couple of them, which is pretty on the mark for this. You know, oh, there's a shop down here too now where we can go shopping, as one tends to do when one goes to a shop. What is your story? What do you need?
I've even forged a button. Perhaps Forge Master Luber's having fun at my expense.
I wouldn't put it past him.
Neither would I. Oh, wait. Are you Clive?
The one and only.
Sorry, my mind was elsewhere. I'm Sava, Master Luber's least accomplished apprentice. Soon to be former apprentice if I don't pass this test. Maybe I'm just not the resourceful type.
It happens.
People are buying up weapons faster than the Briar's Kiss can forge them, and here I am, unable to make a decent bit of kitchenware. He wants me to make a carving knife, one that embodies the spirit of Dalamil. Whatever that's supposed to mean. I don't suppose you have any idea what he's on about, do you?
No.
I'm afraid not.
Not even the slightest clue.
Never mind. Thought I'd ask. It was that or pack my bags.
I could give you a hand if you like. I know how busy the Briar's Kiss has been, and that Lubor needs all the capable hands he can find.
I'd be a fool to refuse.
So, where do we start?
Good question. If I'm honest, I've never made any kind of knife before. And then there's this little riddle to keep in mind. The spirit of Dalamil. Nothing is ever simple with that man.
The way I see it, there's only one way we'll be solving Lubor's puzzle. We need information. The more the better.
You're right. There's no point fumbling in the dark, I suppose. Now, who to speak to first? Well, there's plenty of folk in Dalamil who use knives for a living. There's the butcher, of course, and any number of cooks. They're bound to have an opinion or two about the tools of their trade. All right. I think we have a plan. Let's get to it, shall we? I'll talk to every cook I can find. You speak to the butcher, and anyone else you can think of.
All right. Good luck.
Let's hope that someone says something useful.
I feel like we're being way too literal with this. I think it's less about making a knife and more about figuring out what embodies the spirit of the city. What is the essence of the town and her people?
Test and turn it into a riddle.
I think we're taking the wrong approach here. But this is what the game wants me to do, so that's what I'm going to do. Hi there, how are you doing?
Warm from the oven.
Welcome, sir. What can I do you for?
Some spirit, please.
Question, if you don't mind. I need to know what makes a good carving knife.
You a blacksmith or something?
Something, I suppose.
Fair enough. Knives, is it? First and foremost, it's got to hold an edge. Most knives will make it through fat, no problem, but sinew dulls cheap steel in no time. Give me a blade which can slice through anything that crosses my chopping block, and I'm a happy woman.
So a knife that stays sharp. Makes sense.
But is that in the spirit of the town? Also, that's the most bland, normal thing that a knife could do is be sharp. That's not useful information. Okay, what could you Oh, no, this is a different quest. Well, we'll come back to this, then. I gotta find someone else who might have some sort of suggestion.
They've opened the gate!
Lubor was true to his word.
Well spotted, Uncle. We're a little bit busy right now, though. Can't you see we've got to find someone who knows a thing or two about knives and find out what they want from it? If this man says I need a knife with a handle, so help me.
What is it? I'm in no mood for chatter.
Sorry. Do you mind if I ask your trade?
Hunter, why?
I have a question. Can you tell me what makes a good carving knife? I assume you use one out in the field.
Has to be able to put up with some punishment. Can't be dealing with a brittle blade, not while I'm on the hunt. If your knife snaps every time you use it, you'll be spending coin as fast as you make it. Times are hard enough as it is.
Thank you. I won't keep you any longer.
All business, eh? Man after my own heart.
So you want a knife?
A carving knife should be hard-wearing and hold an edge. Hardly a revelation.
I'm feeling the exact same way right
Better
now.
luck than I did.
Again, I feel like we're ignoring the key to all this. It's the spirit. It needs to be a knife in the shape of... What do they do around here? They've got baths. You can't make a knife in the shape of a bath. They've got this place, but that's pretty much all sharp-edged things anyway. And then there was a third thing that they do around here that's already escaped my mind. Markets? Maybe it needs to be a knife in the shape of a gold coin with a pool on it.
So, how'd it go? You learn anything useful, or should I be looking for a new trade?
Have you considered farming?
Only that a blade should be durable and stay sharp. But I don't see how that relates to the spirit of Dalamir.
That's what I've been saying the whole time.
I didn't have much luck either. All the cook said was that he needs his knives to be light. Too heavy, and they do his shoulder in.
So we're no better off than when we started. Perhaps Lubor didn't mean anything with his Dalamil remark. But that can't be right. I've bandied enough words with the man to know that he chooses them carefully. No. We must be missing something. Something right in front of our noses, most likely.
No doubt you're right, but I have to make a start soon. I can't put off making this knife forever.
Agreed. Lubor wouldn't like that much.
Right. I've been trained to work iron. The cheap stuff, mind. But it's hardy enough if you don't hammer it too thin, and it sharpens up nicely with a bit of effort.
Maybe that's in the spirit of the town.
It's either durable or it's light, meaning someone is going to be disappointed. Forge Master Lubor, probably.
Is there no one else you can turn to? Someone who knows their metals, perhaps?
The other apprentices know better than to help me with my test. But maybe there is someone I could turn to. A merchant, a favourite of Forge Master Lubor's, who sells metals to tradesmen passing through the Valcroy. I bet she'd know a thing or two.
Go get him, scamp. Can it not simply be that in the spirit of the town, one must craft a weapon that is practical? Because that's what they do around here. They're a hardy bunch. They gotta survive the desert. It's hot. It's dry. It's miserable. The sun's raining down. You just gotta get your work done. And what you need is a blade that is sturdy and stays sharp, and you get your work done. And maybe it doesn't need to be fancy. Maybe we're overthinking the bit where it says the spirit of Delamai or whatever. Maybe that's the secret. Maybe it's not. Maybe it's just go find some aluminum or something and make a better knife. We'll find out at the end. There's no point speculating because we're not going to know until we know, you know?
You deserve a rest.
I like that the chocobo just dissolves out of existence. We don't even get a chance to see where it goes.
So many soldiers in town.
Any luck? Or will you be needing help with your bags?
Well, I asked her, but... you tell him.
If you're looking to make a knife that will impress a master like Lubor, there are options. They're just not that viable. Featherlight adamantite knives will get passed from generation to generation, never needing so much as a lick of the whetstone. But adamantite ore is unique to ash, so doesn't come cheap.
And it's beyond my skill to handle.
Unique to ash. Are there any materials unique to Dalamil? Something which could be mixed with iron to refine it. Make it lighter.
What are you getting at?
You said that Lubor trained you to work iron. Then that's what he'll expect you to use. But he would have known that it would either be too heavy or too brittle for a carving knife. Perhaps his Dalamil remark wasn't a riddle, but a hint.
If it's cheap metal you're using, then there's always limestone, I suppose. Folk first settled Dalamil to get at her mineral deposits. And, if you know the trick, it can be melted down in the furnace to drive out impurities from low-quality iron.
Ooh.
Bloody hell. That must be it! I don't suppose you know the trick, do you?
It's hardly my speciality, but I've been around enough blacksmiths to know how it works.
Maybe we'll get a mini game where we get to, like, throw limestone into a furnace.
I hate to ask after all that you've done for me, but...
The limestone? Fine. I can hardly abandon you now.
I'm in agreement. We're invested.
I want to know if this is the answer to Lubor's little riddle.
I can't thank you enough, Clive. You'll have no trouble finding limestone over in the terraces. The place is bloody made of it.
Then I suppose I'll meet you back at the forge.
Right you are. I'll see you shortly.
These terraces you speak of.
Do you crush it up, or just...
Is this a location that's overrun with monsters, perhaps? Also, look at the little dirt devil. Is that going to cause us damage if we just go stand in the midst of it? It has disappeared from existence. It is no longer around. I suppose it couldn't possibly exist while we are also mounted on a chocobo. Oh, no, hold on. There it is. Well, that was disappointing. I was kind of hoping it would whip around us, and that's not at all what happened. But that's okay. You know what? It's not required. We can still have a fun time without it. Where am I headed to? Gather limestone, and it looks like it's clear on the other side of town. Actually, it looks like it's on the other side of the gate that we've not yet passed through. So I suppose that's where we need to be heading anyway. And at some point, I guess we might need to pick up this other quest in town and see what it's all about. It's possible that it might need to... Like, we might have to go to certain locations to complete it that are in line with the locations we're currently going for this one anyway. But at the same time, I kind of don't want to get distracted from the quest we're currently on. I want to stay fully invested on what we're currently, like the endeavor we are currently endeavoring to endeavor. But also, let's just go ahead and stop it and see what it's all about.
All those years of toil, every coin I've ever earned is tied up in this place.
Bathhouse not working out for you? Maybe it's because you don't let your customers get in the bath.
Closed. Leave me be.
Oh, man. Give him a hug.
On second thought, perhaps you are just what I need. Might your services be for hire?
Depends on what you want.
That depends on the job.
I'd have you save my business, the baths. The water's turned scalding hot and all the crystals in Dalimil wouldn't be enough to cool it. I've no doubt that my woes stem from the water's source. But I can't go and investigate for fear of my customers thinking I've abandoned the place. I'm bound to these baths in more ways than one. I beg of you. Go to Dusnoff Terraces. Tell me what you find.
Well, I think that's where we were going anyway. That's perfect.
All right. I'll go and take a look.
Wonderful. It's not far. Leave the market by the south gate. The smell of sulfur will guide you the rest of the way. These baths are all that keep me from an ignoble end in a debtor's prison.
Brother.
My livelihood, my very life, is at stake.
That's pretty dramatic, man. That's pretty dramatic. I'm not going to prioritize that quest, but I'm so glad that we accepted it, because that means we can knock out 2 birds with this 1 stone over here, or we can hit one pothole with 2 wheels, as it were. Also, should we stop by and see what's for sale?
Anything I can interest you in?
Platinum sword, eh? I mean, it's a bit of a step down from what we've currently got, as is pretty much everything else you've got from the looks of it. Although that looks pretty interesting. Reduces lightning rod cooldown by 5 seconds. That could be handy, but you'll notice we're not buying it. Not spending money on that. Topped off on all of these, we're doing pretty hot dang good right now.
Get going soon. Do you have water?
We'll come back around later. Also, how dare she ask that? She's not selling water.
I'm not too late.
What is it, Lubor?
A question that I neglected to ask earlier. Where is it that you're bound?
To Drake's Fang. To finish Hugo Kupka.
Just as I thought. Then allow me to share a secret. Drake's Fang is currently riddled with royalists.
That's unfortunate.
Tolmeki and Walud are allies, and as you have seen, their soldiers work hand in glove. But no nation has ever before allowed a foreign army to make a barracks of its holiest of holies.
Not by choice, at least.
And there's more. My man on the inside of the Fang has failed to report for several days. I fear there may be more trouble lying in wait for you on the road ahead.
Isn't there always?
If you're determined to beard the lion's den, then promise me one thing. That you will enter via the mines, where the guard is lightest. I've lost 1 Cid already. If I lose another, people will start to think me careless.
Fair.
I don't plan on dying. Not before Kupka does, anyway.
Well, so long as you have a plan.
All right. Thank you and take care. I suppose
Drake's Fang should be just beyond these springs. Shall we press on?
Sure, but first let's collect the limestone, and then I think that from here I can already see what's wrong with the water. I think it's pretty obvious what's causing it to overheat at the moment. I think that just from where I'm standing, my current view on the situation is,
One rock looks a lot like another. But hopefully this is what Seven needs.
I think it might be
Girl, the gate's open now.
the jumping, dancing, literal balls of fire are probably what's at cause here. Hold on, I'm trying to summon a chocobo. I started sprinting right as I hit the button as well. I think it kind of threw things a little bit for a loop. It'd be great if they would just give us a sprint button. That would be fantastic. Instead of just having to wait for the game to arbitrarily decide you can sprint now.
What the hell are those?
They're not good is what they are. They're trouble. We just got to figure out how to reach them without triggering the next cutscene. Is this not the path? No, this is it. This is the direction we have to go in. My concern is that, you know what? It looks like we have to go through that cave to continue the story, and we're not going to. We're going to go this way, back here, grab whatever the heck this is. Oh, 3 bloody hides just lying around. That's not good. That's going to attract all kinds of fleas and parasites. It's going to be disgusting when you pick it up. No one wants to carry that around. It's been out here baking in the sun. This place is quite lovely, actually. All right, stay here.
Flames. That explains the heat.
Oh, there's so many of them. There's so many of them. Will this work? The answer appears to be no. They don't seem to be all that bothered by it. Are they, oh, no, they're getting caught up in it. Kind of? Maybe? Am I stuck down here now? How do I get back up? Do the jump. Do the jump. All right, now we've got to play the fun game of, can we lock onto these guys and draw them into the tornado? I mean, we've wasted a lot of time already. The tornado is already done. I've messed that up once more, much to my own chagrin. All right. This is a fire attack. They're all made of flames. Somehow it's still effective. Thank heavens. Who's left? Come here, you. You gotta be mindful of these guys. If you give them the opportunity, they will attempt to just blow up. And that's a nightmare. They do like a full-on nuclear
frying pan.
You've got to be kidding me. How many more could there possibly be? What is this guy? He's called Old Faithful. I don't like him. What have I got here that can deal with these men? Here we go. Come here, you. Literally, no one got hit by that. That's unfortunate. I want to attack the purple one. It seems like the more pressing issue right now. Okay, for all the good in the world, that did us. Oh, gosh darn you. All right, you know what? Come here. I'm just going to stand here, and whatever damage this thing does to me, we're just going to tank it as we attempt to pour our everything into defeating it. And I do mean our everything. Every ability we've got. Here we go. We're going to correct this mistake. Okay. Now it's just a matter of waiting patiently, because that's definitely going to get the job done. Hopefully. You know what? We could help out by just throwing balls of, like, stone into the mix. Wait, is it about to blow? I just saw, like, a twisting, spinning orb of fire inside the flames. And I got a little bit concerned. Oh. Big stone punch. Enemy slain. Level up. Yeah. Not that we're going to get much from that. I mean, some slight boosts across the board. Wow, 2 more attack. It's something, though, and it feels good. It feels good to level up, and we didn't get any fangs from that, so that's regrettable.
Let's cool things down a bit.
Yeah.
Let's hope it's enough to keep the baths from boiling.
We can certainly hope so. Also, we got 3 desert roses, which is always useful. Back to town we go. I think we could probably fast travel and get there in pretty short order, and that would drop us off right next to the Briar's Kiss.
Well, this is no good. I was hoping to get out of the heat for a little while.
And that's all there is to that conversation. I was hoping there would be a bit of a funny bit, but it just kind of ended. Hi.
I wasn't sure how much you'd need, but I hope this is enough.
You are one of the good ones, you know that. You and that merchant both, she's got quite a gift for teaching that one. Now, time to see if limestone is the secret weapon we were hoping for. That'll do, I reckon. A knife forged from the very rocks of Dalamil. Her spirit, if you will.
It's a fine-looking blade.
I only hope Master Lubor agrees.
That sounds like my cue. And just as well. I was getting tired of waiting.
I'm sorry, Forge Master Lubor.
Let's take a look then, shall we? First things first, Sava, do you think this is a carving knife worthy of the fine people of Dalamil?
I'd like to think so. But what do you think?
What do I think indeed? It's sharp-ish, but it won't last long with hard use. And it's heavy, heavier than it should be. You might not think it just to hold it for a moment, but sell that to a cook and you'll never hear the end of it. It looks like someone paid a visit to the terraces. The limestone was a step in the right direction, granted, but one that still leaves you short of the mark.
And I was so certain I had it all worked out.
I don't know who you found to teach you that little trick, but it certainly shows initiative. Next question. How much do you think I would charge if I'd made this?
Well, if it took you even a fraction of the time it took me, I would say you could demand a heavy purse.
And who would be able to pay that? The butcher? The hunter? The cooks over at the inn? Dalamil is home to humble traders, not wealthy lords and ladies. Rule number 1 in any business, Sava, know your customers.
Yes, Forge Master.
This is just about passable. But only just. I'd say you're worth keeping around a little longer. Starting tomorrow, you'll have an anvil of your own.
Hey!
I will. Thank you.
I thought it was just going to be an utter failure, but that's something.
I was wondering, what would you do if you were asked to forge a carving knife?
I'd do what I always do. Ask who it's for. If it was for the butcher, I'd make sure it holds an edge. For the hunter, I'd make it as tough as Titan. For the cook, light as a feather. And for the nobleman, I'd make it cost an absolute fortune.
So that's where we went wrong. We didn't ask who it was for.
There goes a master, all right.
It looks like congratulations are in order.
I couldn't have done it without you. So much for the Forge Master's riddle, though, eh? The spirit of Dalamil had nothing to do with limestone or anything much at all. Meaning, I had you run around for no good reason.
You've passed your test.
First.
That's all that matters. You'll have a forge of your own in no time.
And when I do, I'll craft you the finest carving knife you have ever seen.
We're going to hold him to that. I'm probably going to forget about this in a couple episodes. Or because I said that, it's going to be burned into my brain for the rest of my life. I will not be able to go play any other games without thinking of this fella and his little time here at the Forge. Or I won't even remember it when I stop the recording. Who can say? I certainly can't. I don't know. My brain works in weird ways. It'll do one thing one day and the other thing the other day. And I don't even remember how this sentence started or why I want to finish it or how for that. Hi there, you.
Man, I was hoping we'd be seeing you again. The baths grow more bearable by the moment. It won't be long now before we are back to business as usual.
Can I get in the bath?
I'm glad to hear it.
Now, tell me this. What did you find at the terraces? What threatened to make me a pauper?
Not what I expected, that's for certain.
Who turned off the game's lighting?
You tell a fine story. That's not to say I don't believe you, though. Creatures made of flame, eh? That's something new to worry about. But I burdened you with my worries enough already. Here, a small something by way of...
Are you telling me that flame balls aren't a thing that the people of this world are used to?
With a little luck, the day might yet be salvaged.
I feel like we fought enough flame balls for me to just assume that they were normal. That this is something that everyone has to confront at some point in this world. Apparently not. Hot water, though. Ooh. Reduces ignition cooldown by 2.2 seconds. And some scarletite, which I feel like I needed for something. But I don't remember what off the top of my head. Oh, well, it doesn't help us at all anyway, unless we want to go back to the forge real quick. Would the game even allow us to go back to the hideaway right now? In the middle of a quest? Are you kidding me? That seems a little bit wacky, but the game says, yeah, no problem. I'll absolutely allow that, and I'll get you there in no time. Not even a loading screen, just a fade to black. I remember. Do you remember the start of this video when I mentioned that me and the channel members went and fought a giant puddle of goo with arms? Well, what I didn't tell you as a part of that is that when we defeated the giant puddle of goo with arms, it dropped a little something that we needed over here. It dropped the gelatinous mass, but then we didn't have scarletite. Well, now we've got scarletite, baby! This is a huge upgrade! An 11 increase to HP and a 29 increase to defense. Absolutely build it. Yes, equip it. Can we upgrade it? No, we can't. And that's okay. That's perfectly fine. Except I'm not even looking in the right area. I would need to look over here. First off, under reinforce. And no, there's no reinforcing it. And that's fine. There's no reinforcing any of this. But that's okay. Alright, now we're going to leave here. Because we just wanted to drop in to do that. We'll go back to the inn. Because I'm assuming that's the closest point that we could travel to. In the city. And then we will start to make our way. Are you still, like, upset with me, by the way, out of curiosity?
I can't let anyone in until I've cleaned up the mess you and your friend made.
Okay, I'm very sorry, serving girl. I do apologize. We did create quite the mess there.
Fresh bread.
Well, it looks like now we can finally make our way out of town and continue our adventure, making our way towards Drake's Fang. Next time! Until then, thank you folks for watching. God bless you. Thanks to the channel members for your continued support. And I'll see you all later. Bye!
We should get going soon. Do you have water?
And I just hold this smile for like an hour. Oh, man. That was great. That was great. Oh, my goodness, Jake. I just glanced down here. On my break from lunch, while I let my work dry, going to be a long day, 13 to 14 hours. Man, I've had a couple of those days last week and the week before that. Oh, this week, so far, last couple of days have not been too bad. Had to leave a little bit early today, but got home the normal time. Tomorrow, I think, is going to be a little bit of a nightmare, just because of what I know I have to do at work. But hopefully things quiet down after that. I'm supposed to have quite a bit of time off some point at the end of the month, which I'm looking forward to. I feel like I've not had a good substantial break from work, even though I did for Independence Day, and we had that long weekend at the start of July, and that was great, but I spent it on vacation. And if there's one thing that, you know, I love vacations. I love going places and doing things. But the problem is it doesn't actually feel like a break. Because you go from, like, going 100% at home to going 100% somewhere else. Like, running around other towns and, like, I gotta get all these experiences in. So, you know, but Sometimes what you want is to just be at home for 7 days and do nothing. It's been a long, long time since I've had that experience. It'd be nice to have just 7 Saturdays in a row. Maybe someday. Maybe someday. But I am sorry, Jake. I'm very sorry that you've got such a long day ahead of you. I hope it goes well. And, man, okay. Where does this put us in the story, I wonder? So we are currently in the middle of Riddle of the Sands, which is, wow, we are getting close to the end. So we're like burning our way through this game. Like, there's a part of me that wants to just keep going, but I know that I shouldn't. I have other things I need to deal with, so I'm going to go ahead and call it here. But thank you for tuning in, and I hope that you enjoyed it. Another long day Thursday. Okay, the only 2 days of actual work this week. I feel like that's almost better, though. Like, you got 2 kind of miserable days where they're just really long, but also that's kind of it. I would prefer that, honestly, to just having a series of maybe not long, miserable days, but just day after day after day of being like, there's nothing worse. I think the worst period of work that I've had at this job that I have in my life was around 20. It must have been 2014. Could have been early 2015. I might have bled over. Late 2014, early 2015, where for about I feel like it might not have been that long. Oh, but I feel like it was. I feel like it was about 2 months where we had a lot of big jobs we were doing. And it was just one after the other, and they overlapped. So you didn't even finish one, you're off to the next one, and then back and forth between them. And I'm not even kidding. I would get up at 7, sometimes earlier, 6:37, leave. I got up earlier, left my apartment at the time, like 6:37, and would not get home until 7 or 8 that night. And it was every single day. And then the boss was like, "You want to work some overtime on Saturday?" I'm like, no, I don't, but I did. Miserable period. Don't think I ever got closer to quitting than then, but have never experienced that again. Certainly in like little amounts where it'll be like a few days in a row of hecticness, but those few weeks, oof. Oh, I have like nightmares about them. And that was almost a decade ago at this point, which is so weird to think 2013 was 10 years ago. But it was. Goodness. All right. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for your support. A day off, yeah, a day off in the middle does make it a lot easier. I'm suddenly very tired. I wasn't even tired when I was playing, but now that it's over with, I'm like, I feel like my body is like, and we're done. Let's shut it down. Let's shut it down. I can't go to bed, though. I've got to go do my dishes and clean up the kitchen because it's in a whole state. So thanks for watching. For real this time. Tomorrow's Wednesday. That is when we normally stream, so we'll be streaming. I don't think I'll be streaming Thursday night, and probably not Friday night. So we'll resume tomorrow and then on Saturday. That's the schedule for anyone watching after the fact. I've got to add the thumbnails to the last several streams because I have not added them yet. I've been thinking about... Well, we can talk about that later, I guess. Oh! Oh my gosh! That does sound like the worst day. Not just your worst day, just the worst day, Jake. Goodness. Oh, I've got to go. We can stay and we can chat. We should do just a just chatting stream sometime for all channel members. Just like talk about things. That sounds like it could be fun. I'll add it to my ideas list because I've got a big ideas list. But until then, thank you for watching. Power through. I hope you get through this. Drink healthy energy beverage, like a nice green tea or something, or like a nice cup of coffee. Or you can drink a Monster. You know, you're an adult, you can make those decisions. But hang in there, and best of luck to you. Okay, goodbye.